I've been called everything and anything. I've even been called a cartoonist. I find that I hate being labeled. It's sort of so easy then to dismiss you. And it just boxes you in. And what and in terms of labeling also, is that there's also a tendency to say, well, you're a painter. Well, you were a book artist. Well, you do video. I've also done sculpture. And I hate sort of being labeled in that way. I like to call myself a generic artist because it's all a way, it's my way of being able to make art. I'm an art maker. I make art.
Her beginnings as an artist were very interesting because she started off really as a guerrilla artist, doing these very small pamphlets. And they were very narrative, and the image was very simple. There was a proscenium, and there were often one, two, sometimes more characters. And it was almost like a silent movie, animated movie, of course. There was one line of text that would appear under an image, so that you had a sense of people talking, but you never knew quite what the narrative drive was in each piece, yet they were filled with drama and psychological tension.
If it's minimal in a sense, then in fact she sort of stripped down the characters. They're very raw, they're very real, and we're sort of more than confronted with them. We're sort of overwhelmed by them, and we sort of become involved with them very easily and very quickly. And so a lot of questions flow through our heads.
When you say stripped down, what do you mean by that?
I mean that she's not hiding the fact that there are electrodes stuck in the head, or that one might be visiting a concentration camp, or that someone is dying of AIDS. I mean, she titles her work that people will know immediately that we're talking about medication here, some types of diseases. So that she's very stark about it.
You know, Ida comes out of Goya. You know, she doesn't come out of abstract expressionism or minimalism or anything else. I mean, Ida is, you know, ultimately is a very traditional painter on some level. Yet her mind, the way she thinks and the way she's lived and the period of time that she's lived through, which has had a huge impact on her life, is what she paints about. And she has a historical framework. Her work is filled with references not only to the history of art, but to the history of major world topics. And I think you know, her vision is very distinct and absolutely original. And I think what she ultimately is doing is creating her own tradition. And a generation will follow her.